Assalamualaikum and hi to my respected lecturer, friends and the viewers. I am AZREENA binti PUTEH, holding my metric number with D2023-1106825. Today, I will be exploring the juvenile delinquency, specifically types of correctional facilities. Join me as we navigate through this crucial institution designed to rehabilitate and reshape the life of young offenders. Let's begin our journey together. So, there are 4 different types of correctional facilities provided for juvenile, which is detention center, juveniles in adult jails, shelter homes and receptions or diagnostic center. So, let's go through the detention center first. So what is detention centers? Detention centers are secure places where young people are held when releasing them before a court hearing is considered risky. So this can be due to the nature of the offense, unsafe home situations, or the need for the examination and treatment. So there are reasons for detention, which is youth in detention can be awaiting court hearings, waiting for placement, or have been committed as part of their punishment. And the U.S. Supreme Court supports detaining habitual and violent juvenile offender to prevent them from committing more crimes while waiting for their original offense hearing. Also in detention center, there are decision makers for the detention center, which an intake officer or detention staff decide to place a child in detention. So the factors include the offense severity, the youth path, action, and the available alternatives along with the parental support. Next, we go to detention center standard. So standard for detention center may come in vary, which is including administrative services, healthcare, psychological services, religious activities, education and counseling. And the minimum standard include providing food, clothing, bedding, recreation, exercise and school opportunities. Also in detention center, there are mental health consideration, which is whoever children showing signs of suicidal or mental health issues should be assessed by a psychologist or psychiatrist, and some states prohibit non-offending abuse or neglected children from being houses with delinquent youth. And there are length of stay and the programming, which is detention centers are actually short-term, with stay ranging from a few hours to 118 days. And the programs actually aim to maintain control and provide basic treatment and addressing boredom, also the misbehavior. After all, what is the conclusion of understanding detention center? Understanding the basic of the juvenile detention center is actually crucial, as they play a role in maintaining control, providing treatment, and ensuring the well-being of detained youth. Let's go through the next subtopic, which is the juveniles in adult jails. So, in places without separate juvenile detention centers, young people are sometimes held in a special section of the local jail, and there are rules and laws to ensure their safety. So, one of them is 1974 Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Act. In this law say that to get money for juvenile justice program, areas had to plan for special places to hold young people who weren't criminal, which is status offender. Also, they couldn't be kept with delinquent offender. In 1918, it got changed to stop putting any young people in adult jails. So what is the condition for holding youth in the adult jails? Conditions for holding youth in adult jails as it was stated in 1985, under certain conditions, youth could be held up to 24 hours in adult jails. This includes being charged with a crime, waiting for a court appearance, living in a place where court appearance must happen quickly, being in a jail outside a big city, having no other suitable option, and making sure they are separated for adults. So there are psychological impact of adult jails, incarceration on the youth. Being in adult jail can be seriously affect to young people. The rule to keep them away from adult inmates has sometimes led to the solitary confinement, which can be more harmful. A fact to stop putting young people in adult jails need more attention actually. So the conclusion here is, it is crucial to educate officials, law enforcement and the judges about the risk of keeping young people in adult jails. So because it may come to the solitary confinement, which can be more harmful, and the jails often lack the right facilities, trained staff and programs needed for juvenile confinement. So So let's go to the next subtopic, which is shelter homes. So, shelter homes serve as short-term care facilities for youth in a non-secure environment. They are designed to provide temporary housing and support for young individuals who are actually in need. And the target population for shelter homes is the juvenile, who are referred to the court as the dependent or neglected children. The Juvenile Justice Act of 1974 suggests that status offenders who are in need of temporary shelter should be placed in the such facilities rather than being sent to the detention center with delinquent youth. So, there are characteristics of public and private shelters home. So, in the public shelter homes are typically small-scale facilities accommodating a range of 1 to 12 youth, and these facilities are commonly administered at the local level, which is indicating a community-based approach to juvenile care and support. So it's different to the private shelter home, which is they receive funding from various sources, including contribution from public and private agencies, individual donation or support from initiatives like the United Way or similar plans. This diversity in funding suggests a mix of community and organizational support for these facilities. So the last one is the referral process to the shelter homes. So unlike the juvenile places in detention where I have been explained, who are usually sent there by the police or the juvenile court, children placed in shelter facilities may have different referral pathway, which is parents, children's service agency, or the other social agency directly refer these children to the shelter homes, highlighting a more varied entry process. So let's go through the last subtopic, which is reception or diagnostic center. Okay, some states utilize reception or diagnostic center as crucial facilities for youth given a disposition of institutionalization. So before placing these youth in long-term incarceration facilities, they are referred to this center to go throughout study and evaluation. So what is the evaluation process mentioned? Upon assignment to a reception or diagnostic center, youth undergo a comprehensive testing and evaluation period that spans 1 to 6 weeks. This assessment covers various aspects, which is including medical, psychological, and attitude testing. So the goal is to gather information that will assist the staff in the determining that most appropriate and the beneficial long-term placement for each youth. Under the same subtopic, there are judicial decisions in the absence of center. So, instead lacking reception or diagnostic center, or in instance involving private institution referral, the judges take a pivotal role. So, during the dispositional hearing, the judge designates the specific facility in which the youth will be placed. And this underscores the importance of judicial decision in cases where specialized diagnostic center may not be available. So that's all from me. Thank you.